In this lesson, you will learn some words and phrases in Dutch about eating and drinking. Hallo lieve vrienden. So this episode is about eating and drinking. You will learn some words about eating, some separate words that we use when we refer to eating and drinking, and some phrases that you will need in common language. Before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with all of my lessons. So, the word for eating is eten. So that's the full verb. And drinking is drinken. So, eating, eten, is an irregular verb. That means if you place it in the past tense, the sound changes. So if I say in the present tense, ik eet brood. I eat bread. Yesterday I ate rice. Gisteren at ik rijst. So simple past tense is at in the first person singular. And first person plural in the simple past tense is aten. Wij aten gisteren rijst. We ate rice yesterday. You ate yesterday. Jij at gisteren. Jullie, that is you in plural, is jullie aten gisteren. And third person is he, she, it, or any noun is also at, right? So, zij at gisteren patat. She ate fries yesterday. And third person plural is zij, same as she, but in third person plural is also the same word. Zij aten. Zij aten gisteren brood. They ate bread yesterday. And that is the present perfect. If you want to say, I have eaten bread yesterday, you will say, ik heb gisteren brood gegeten. So there's that G sound again, right? There's a lot of G's in here. Ik heb gisteren brood gegeten. So the auxiliary verb hebben belongs to the verb eten in the present perfect tense, which is, by the way, perfectum. Of course, as in many verbs in Dutch, we combine words to make it a long verb. So that is a separable verb then. And we have one with eating as well. So if you have to eat up something, we call that opeten. So I'm going to eat up my meal. Ik ga mijn maaltijd opeten. So that is one long verb now, but it's a separable verb because you can say to someone, eat your vegetables. Eet je groenten op. So that combined word opeten can also be separated, as you've learned in the lesson about separable verbs. If you want to ask someone, what do you want to eat? You will ask, wat wil je eten? Or if you want to ask what they ate yesterday, you will ask, wat heb je gisteren gegeten? And if you want to say, I have eaten lots of fries in my life, you will say, ik heb in mijn leven veel patat gegeten. Okay, so this is about the verb eating, eten. There are other verbs as well that refer to eating, like snoepen. That is snacking, right? So if you eat candy, the Dutch word for candy is snoep. So if you are eating candy, we call that snoepen. I love snacking. Ik hou van snoepen. But snacking is also one of those verbs that has been adopted in the Dutch language. So the word snack, we place an en after it and we have a Dutch verb. Snacken. Ik hou van snacken. I love snacking. Another word that is interesting to remember, that is proeven. That means to taste. In the English language, the word taste has two meanings. It's a noun and it's a verb, right? So something has a taste. In Dutch, that is, iets heeft een smaak. So there's the word smaak, that is the noun. But the verb taste is proeven. So let me taste this. Laat me dit proeven. Do you want to taste? Wil je proeven? I have tasted it. Ik heb het geproefd. And there's also another word that you will hear sometimes that is vreten. So there's a VR in front of the verb eten. And this is the word that we use for eating like an animal, right? Because animals, they eat like this. There's also an expression that if something is really disgusting to eat, then the Dutch expression for that is something like it's not eatable, right? So that is said as dit is niet te vreten. So even if you're an animal, you couldn't bear to eat it. So that's the word vreten. Then another important verb to remember is slikken. That means to swallow. So that is a regular verb. So in the past tense, it is ik slikte, and it doesn't change sound, right? Like in irregular verb. So there's also a separable verb with this verb that is doorslikken. That means to swallow through, actually. So literally in English, that is you have to swallow it in its entirely. So if I want to say I have to take this medicine and I have to swallow it entirely, that means ik moet dit medicijn helemaal doorslikken. Okay, so now about the word drinking. The verb is drinken, and this is an irregular verb again. So in the past tense, ik dronk. Gisteren dronk ik cola. Yesterday I drank cola. Present perfect, ik heb gisteren cola gedronken. So that's a GE again. And the auxiliary verb hebben is needed for the verb drinken. Also, the word opdrinken, again a separable verb, means to drink it completely. You have to drink your water completely. Je moet je water opdrinken. And when you separate it, you will say drink je water op. Drink up your water. And the English word a gulp or a sip, in Dutch that is slok or slokje. So if I want to say I will take a gulp, in Dutch that is ik neem een slok. If I want to say I will take a sip, I will say ik neem een slokje. Slurping in Dutch is slurpen, basically the same verb. And there's also an expression that if you drink something in one big gulp, so the entire glass is drank in one single gulp, that is what we call ik drink het in één teug. And drinking alcohol, that is alcohol drinken, ik drink graag alcohol, means I like to drink alcohol. That is often called zuipen. And zuipen, that is usually used when you talk about someone who drinks a lot, right? So the entire evening, one glass after another, entire bottles go down. That is what we call zuipen. And someone who drinks a lot, or basically a drunk, is what we call zuiplap. And an alcoholic in Dutch is an alcoholist. So if you want to ask someone what they want to drink, you can ask, wat wil je drinken? And if your answer is, I just drank, that is, ik heb net gedronken. Or you will say, yes please, I haven't drank in 2 hours. Ja graag, ik heb al 2 uur niet gedronken. Okay, these were some words and some phrases that I wanted to teach you in this lesson. If you have some more examples that you want to share, please leave it in the comments. And if you have something to ask or to add, also let me know below. And I'll see you in the next lesson.